Hello and welcome to the first Healing Through Art remote session. I am here in downtown Chicopee at the beautifully renovated former Chicopee School Library, public library. And what a fabulous place this is. Tonight, we're going to be talking about healing through art, and I am so happy to share this with you. Um, Here we are in this beautiful facility. If you hear echoing, it's the enormous, the ceiling is just unbelievable. And I'm going to get started. I'm just going to get started. We're going to go through a few slides, and then I'm going to ask you to start your art down at your own facility. Let me just see here. Here we are, Healing Through Art. This is a 6-week program where we are going to be identifying all the things, the major things that interfere with you and the source of them and how we can get rid of them and how we can actually overcome and do this all on our own. My name is Carrie S. Lemlin, and I am a psychosomatic numerologist. What I do is, and I've been in this arena. Well, I feel like I've been doing it my whole entire life. Actually, I'm an emotional, spiritual healer, physical healer, actually, hands-on, not. It's actually spiritual. I believe we're spiritual beings having a human experience. I've been reading angel cards for over 20 years, and psychosomatic numerology is my expertise. Everything. We call it the psychosomatics has to do with the body mind connection. And numerology gives you your blueprint of your entire plan, your soul's purpose here in life. So, as a psychosomatic numerologist, I believe that through the soul agreement that you have with the day of your birth, that magical day between you and your biological mother, is all planned. And the name that you were given at birth, your full name, is the plan that you came in with, as well as the name you go by has a different emotional frequency. So that's the numerology of it all. Numerology is behind everything. And the emotional piece of it, we have physical chakras in our body, energetics areas in our physical body. And when we have experiences, when we are given the opportunity to have an emotion, whatever that is, we have the opportunity to learn and grow. I'll get into that later. Next, I'd like to talk about how your future is starting now. Your future begins right now. You, as this physical being, having this human experience in this lifetime, we're going to have a little bit of education. We're going to have the opportunity to delve into the numbers, and we are going to have an experience where we identify the meaning and definition of actual emotions. And then what we're going to do is we're going to express them. It's the opportunity that we have in the present moment where your power resides, it's the only way to take the energy that you are experiencing in your physical body is to feel the feelings and to allow them to run through you. Now, we as physical beings are master manipulators. And what we end up doing so many times is we pretend that we're not having the emotion, or we numb the feelings, or we decide that we'll deal with it later. And what happens is that energy and that frequency gets stuck in your physical body, causing ailments, ultimately, and disease. And what we're going to do is we're going to unlearn, if that's possible. It is absolutely possible. There's so much that we have in our subconscious. I love this slide because it talks about our conscious mind and our subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind is the automatic programming that we have, whether it's karma, whether we've absorbed it through the parents or the people that were surrounding us from the time of conception to basically the time 9 years old. We are sponges and we absorb and we read the room, and everything gets filed in our subconscious. And what ends up happening is automatically we make meaning out of circumstances based on the subconscious mind, and we're not even aware of it. So many times we're resisting it. So many times we are denying it. So many times we're rationalizing it. And all that is putting more energy into the mix without allowing the energy to flow. So I love this slide because, like an iceberg, you see the tip of the iceberg, and that's 3%. The 97% is what's running the entire show for us. And that's the subconscious. And that's what we're going to go into. Now, I've studied Dr. David Hawkins. I don't know if any of you have read some of his books, Power versus Force, The Map of Consciousness. The list goes on, and I probably have all the books. David Hawkins is a world-renowned PhD. He's a spiritual healer and a consciousness researcher. He, as well as others, have determined through scientific research the vibrational frequency of emotion and what the energy of those emotions are on a range from 20 at the absolute lowest all the way up to 1,000. Dr. David Hawkins, here's his map of consciousness, which is where we are actually looking at. Hello. We're looking at the map of consciousness, and the map of consciousness, as illustrated right here, shows you the range of which our emotions lie. You may have seen different versions of this, but this is absolutely Dr. Hawkins. And what he's doing is we can see from the very bottom is the shame, which is at 20. Below 20 would represent death and dying, if you can believe it. Going up the scale, and the way he determined this, part of what he did is muscle testing. And for those of you that don't know about muscle testing, I'd be more than happy to discuss it with you offline, but it's a physiological way that your body can tell yes or no answers, and it can take the vibrational frequency of it all. So shame is the absolute lowest, followed by guilt. The next higher level at a level of 50 is apathy. Above that would be grief, which is what we're actually going to be talking about today. Fear is a higher energetic frequency of at 100. Above that is desire, then anger, pride. And when you get to courage, that's rated at 200. 200, anything below 200 is a depletion of your energy that you have within your body. And what I'm going to tell you is when you have subconsciously programmed certain emotions as a way of being, such as grief and sadness, this brings you down when something triggers and you have been through something that has caused sadness. It brings you down to a level 75. It pulls the life right out from under you. And the thing about emotions is that when you have emotions that stay in your body, you don't allow yourself to express them fully and completely, they'll wait for you. And they wait in your energy centers and your chakras. Now, when you get above courage, when you get above 200, these are emotions that actually give energy. So when you're a light worker and you're bringing acceptance to somebody in the face of a disagreement where you're accepting somebody exactly as you are, you're actually raising the vibrational frequency in the room to a 350. That means if you are an enlightened soul that's been on this journey and you pull acceptance, you are actually transmuting the room, the energy in the room. So this is Dr. Hawkins' scale. I make reference to it all. I made reference to the chakras. Here's the chakras in your physical body. These are the energy centers within your physical body. There are so many more beyond your body, starting with the base, which is the root chakra, often identified as the color red. Above that, below your belly button is your sacral chakra. Above your belly button is yellow, which is your solar plexus. The heart chakra is often identified as green. The light blue would be your throat chakra. Between and a little bit above your eyebrows would be your third eye. And at the very top of your head, usually depicted in violet, is your crown chakra. And these are your energy centers. And so many of us are working to clear and keep the energy moving in your energy chakras. We're going to be talking about grief today. We're going to be talking about the profound sadness that people have, that people are trapped with. If you've had circumstances in your life that you've either witnessed others that have refused to deal with the sadness, or you've experienced it for yourself. Grief lives and breathes in your physical body. Going back to the Hawkins scale, and I'm going to show you that grief is at a level 75. Remember what I said, below 200 depletes your energy. So grief, we're going to talk about the definition of this emotion, and we're also going to talk about the numerology associated with it and how it encompasses back to your physical body. So, the definition of grief, first of all, it's the fourth lowest frequency on Dr. Hawkins' scale. It measures 75 on the map of consciousness. It's well below 200, which is the level of courage. The associated emotional states are regret, sadness, hurt, sorrow, extreme guilt, anger, resentment, denial, and abandonment. It can make you feel disheartened and dread, and it can become a silent killer if you do nothing about it. Next, I want to go into the numerology of grief. And when you look at the spelling of the word, each letter in what's that? Oh, maybe it's over there. Yeah, it went off. The exterior speaker went off. So I'm just recording. Thank you. So when each letter has a number, and each number, what we do in numerology is we add the numbers together. So the G is a 7, the R is a 9, the I is a 9, the E is a 5, and a 6 is the F. When you add all the numbers together, each number means something. It means it's in there, and each number has something to go with it. So it becomes 36 when you add the 7 plus the 9 plus the 9 plus the 5 plus the 6, and 3 plus 6 equals 9. The 3 chakra is your throat chakra. So when you have sadness stuck in your physical body, you actually lose your voice. You lose your ability to speak your truth. The 6 chakra, the 6 associates with the heart, and it is where your balance and your responsibility, where you take responsibility or you don't. So, in other words, if you're not taking responsibility, you could be blocked in those areas. You could be blocked in those areas in your heart chakra. So, the other thing to know about responsibility is that responsibility is a double-edged sword. Being a responsible person is a wonderful thing. And those of us that are extremely responsible, it's a wonderful thing. However, sometimes other people, because you're so responsible, will ask you to be responsible for them or to take responsibility for them. And what I want to tell you is the other side of that coin is when you take responsibility for someone and you deny them the opportunity of being responsible for themselves with natural consequences, you are actually hurting them. Not only does it deplete your emotions, it and your physical energy, it hurts them. It's so important to know. And then, of course, when you look at the 9 on the right hand side, it has to do with your compassion and your integrity, which is your third eye chakra. So these are areas where if you are struck with grief, these are the 3 chakras that could be impacted directly as a result of that energy not flowing. Now, remember, when I go back to all the numbers in grief, the 7, the 9, the 9, the 5, and the 6, those also have impacts on your chakras. So it could be for everyone, it might be a different chakra. However, you'll know this with your physical body because it's going to affect you in these areas. You could have breathing problems around your heart. You could have a broken heart. Think about this. When people talk about a loss of a job, a loss of a loved one, a loss of a relationship, what do they say? That their heart is broken. Why? They feel the pain in their physical chest area. Did you ever have a circumstance where something came out of the blue, where somebody got laid off or something happened and you were not expecting it and you actually lost your voice, where you've had laryngitis? These actions are absolutely true. So, what I want to explain is what I hope I've been able to explain or to start to show you is that it is so important for you to be able to identify and define the emotion, right? Grief is one of those emotions that people really understand. When we get into other emotions, you're going to find, like the emotion of apathy. Before I knew the definition of apathy, I thought it was grief. Energetically, apathy on this Dr. Hawkins scale is below grief. So if you've actually had a major loss of somebody close in your physical family and you're in the shock of it all in the beginning, the numbness, the disbelief, all of it, and then 4 or 5 weeks later, you feel like all you want to do is roll up in a bed, curl up in a ball. That's apathy. That's no longer grief. That's below grief. The energy is at a 50 when you're talking about apathy. And so many people have so many emotions that are all together. So, what we're going to be doing in this course, Healing Through Art, is we are going to be learning about these emotions. We're going to bring them up to the surface. You're going to look at your life and see where you have one thing, just one thing, where you have grief and maybe apathy with it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to paint and you're going to allow yourself the opportunity. You could paint, you could draw, you could write, but in this class, in person, we're going to be painting. You're going to give yourself permission to allow whatever wants to show itself in your painting as you're putting your emotions into your painting. I want you to be open to the process. Before we actually go into our art project, what I'm going to do is help you prime this emotion with a brief meditation and then have you turn to your art project and pour that emotion into that artwork. And then next week, we're going to regroup and allow the healing to begin. Okay, so now what I want you to do is we're going to be doing a meditation. And if you are not in a place where you can put 100% into this meditation, please pause this and come back to this when you have time. So I want you, when you're ready, to sit back and relax. Take a nice, easy breath in and hold it. I want you to blow it out slowly and completely till there's no air in your lungs. Very good. I want you to take another nice, Slow, easy breath in, filling up your lungs and your belly, and hold it and blow it out slowly and completely. Very good. I want you to imagine yourself in a beautiful garden, feeling the sunshine on your skin. I want you to notice a beautiful red bird on a tree branch right next to you. I want you to feel the warm, gentle breeze on your body. I want you to notice all the vibrant colors in your peaceful, beautiful garden. Very good. I want you to notice in front of you a silver plate. And on that silver plate, I want you to place all the worries from the day, the week, the month, any aches, any pains, any noises in the background, place them on that silver plate now and watch that plate fly higher and higher in the vastness of the universe until you don't see it. Very good. Next, I want you to stand up and walk through your garden till you come to a set of steps going upward. I want you to walk up those steps till you come to a door that's locked. I want you to notice in the lock, there's a key. I want you to take that key, unlock that door, and open that door and step into your own private, 100% safe and secure personal island. I want you to close the door behind you, lock it, and keep the key with you. This is your personal island where you can have anything you want simply by asking for it. Because this is your island, I want you now to imagine the most perfect, beautiful island for you. It could have beaches, it could be on a cliff. What's the temperature? What's the color of the water? I want you to take a couple of moments now and create the vision of your beautiful island. Very good. I want you to own this beautiful island. I want you to add to this island anything you would like to have. Would you like to have a house? Would you like to have a garden? What would you like to have? What would the house look like? Create that space now in your beautiful island. Very good. Next, I want you to invite to your island I believe in your guardian angel. Your guardian angel is with you at all times. If you believe in angels like I believe in angels, you can ask your angel to be right there with you where you can feel their presence. I'd like you to be aware that you have guides which are from the light, from source energy. You have a master guide which understands your entire blueprint, why you're here on this earth, what your plan is. And they're with you to answer any and all questions. And they are absolutely from the light. They have a soul agreement with you. You also have a healing doctor, which is a guide from the light, who has a soul agreement with you to help you to be the best that you can be. They are both from the light, and I'd like you to ask them to join you now on your island right now. Very good. Whether you see your guides, your master guide, and your healing doctor, it does not matter. Be aware they are there because you asked them to be there. Very good. Next, I want you, through the power of your intention, I want you to ask one person. They could be alive or they could have passed on. For the sake of releasing sadness and grief and apathy, ask them to come to the island only to disconnect energetically the grief that is binding you. You can ask your master guide to bring them here on your behalf. Very good. Next, I want you to ask your healing doctor to remove all energetic cords between you and this person, to disconnect the subconscious energy of grief and any other emotion underneath grief. Disconnecting this cord from your side, letting it go with universal love, compassion, and peace. And so it is. I want you to notice that in front of you there's a beautiful healing lagoon. This water is the perfect temperature. You can move forward. The color is the color of your wishes. You can float in this energetic lagoon. Even if you don't know how to swim, you will automatically float with the healing of this water in this lagoon. I want you to go into your energetic healing lagoon, and I want you to wash away all the residuals, all the grief, everything that's underneath grief associated with this person and every other person that you've ever witnessed grief or experienced grief in this lifetime. I want you to take a moment now and float in your healing lagoon and let the healing begin. Very good. Now, I want you to step out of your lagoon. I want you to thank your guides for being there. Give them a hug and a kiss. I want you to thank your guardian angel for being that constant companion with you. It's time to walk towards the door and leave the island. I want you to reach in your pocket for the key that you already have. Take the key, unlock the door, and open the door, stepping out of your safe and secure personal island. Close the door behind you, lock it, and keep the key with you. As you're walking back down the stairs, I want you to move your hands and your feet, feeling free, feeling refreshed. It's time now to leave your lagoon. Walk out of the lagoon and notice there's a big mirror, and you get to look into your eyes and notice the transformation. Feel the weight that has been lifted as the grief, apathy, and all the emotions have left you. I want you to thank your guides for being there. Give them a hug and a kiss. I want you to thank your guardian angel for always being a constant companion with you. It's time to leave your island. I want you to walk towards the door, reach in your pocket for the key that you already have. Take the key, unlock the door, and open the door, stepping out of your own private, safe, and secure personal island. Close the door behind you, lock it, and keep the key with you. As you're coming back down the stairs, I want you to move your hands and your feet, feeling refreshed, rejuvenated, and healing as you come back into your beautiful garden. Welcome back to your island. Now it's time for you to take all those little remnants of grief and sorrow and anything that's underneath that and go start your beautiful painting. Have a wonderful week. I look forward to seeing you again next week. And for those of you that are in the Chicopee area, we can do this in person at the former Chicopee Library called The Hub on Springfield Street in Chicopee, Mass. from 6 to 8 p.m. Have a wonderful night. I love you and thank you. And I can't wait to see your paintings next week.